So the next question is about Moore's law. What will happen after maximum of Moore's law? When would that be? What's TSMC's strategy or view? And I don't want to answer the last question, okay? But the first two questions are, what will happen after maximum of Moore's law? And when will that be? Peter, you want to take a crack at that?
Well,
at least the second one. At least the second one. Yeah.
I wouldn't dare to answer the other one. No, I always say when people ask me Moore's law, what's Moore's law? It's an empirical law of economics. Huh? I mean, it's making sure that the cost per function keeps going down. So we either create more functions then we decrease cost, but it's either or. I think from a lithography, from a patterning or a scaling point of view, I think we have a clear vision, a roadmap that will bring us to 2030 and further. And beyond that, I don't know. And it reminds me when I joined the company and Martin van der Brink, my co-president and good friend, he interviewed me and said, Peter, we want you to come. I said, Martin, you know, I have a decent job, so why would I join? Yeah, because there's Moore's law, this shrink keeps, there must be an end to it. So he said, listen, Moore's law stops when we run out of ideas. And we have still a lot of ideas left. And he says, so another 15 years, if you have the patience, you just join. I asked him the same question today, he gives me the same answer. So this 15 years that beyond 2030 that we're seeing from a lithography point of view. But like I said in my talk also, I think it is more and more important that we connect the dots. Yeah? That we connect the dots. It's the complexity is increasing exponentially. It actually means that we need to look at everything that adds to keep the cost under control, because it is an empirical law of economics. Yeah? And I think this is where this collaboration over the next 10 years needs to take different forms. Yeah? And don't talk about traditional M&A. Because there's a legislative barrier, I think, but it is about how do you create partnerships where you're willing to share the risks and the rewards. I think that's going to open new venues for the key players in this industry, and I think we will be able to do that. We've shown that we can do it. This is an industry that has massive earnings power, $300 billion of EBIT every year. I think there is massive knowledge and technology. But we do need to step up the cooperation and the collaborative models, and then we'll make this happen.
Actually, Moore's law is no longer valid because Moore's law has a time element in it. Moore's law, the original version, and the original version of Moore's law was doubling of transistor density every 18 to 24 months, doubling of transistor density every 18, 24 months. And the doubling of density is continuing, but not every 18 to 20 months. That's why I said that the time element has already disappeared. So that makes the original version of Moore's law invalid now. Yeah. But the density doubling is going to continue, and according to the answer that Peter just gave, they have planned till all the way to 2030. And that's like 13 years more. Now, in my opinion, I think that the economic feasibility of density doubling will be tested first. So before it's technically unfeasible to double the density, the economic viability will be tested first. And that may come before 2030. In fact, I think it may come, our plan is right now, TSMC assumption right now is that 2025, 5 years more conservative than what Peter just said. 2025, we are expecting that we'll continue to work on density doubling for another 8 years. I don't know whether, well, first of all, the future chairman and CEO of TSMC are sitting right here. If you disagree with me, please stand up and say that. Mark says he doesn't disagree with me. You see, I don't even see CC. For real. 2025, yeah. Yeah.